So hello all, welcome to CodeML, and I welcome you all to my interview cracker series for all. And this is day 2. And today I will discuss about lambda expressions and will practice few of the scenarios which I encountered while I faced some of the Python interviews. So lambda expressions and list comprehensions are most often asked in the interviews to test the function understanding, like how and how much you understand the functionality of lambda expression and list comprehension. So here today in this today's lecture I will be totally uh, practicing 5 to 6 scenarios with you, and maybe tomorrow I will be practicing and giving you the scenarios for list comprehension. So okay, so first of all I would like to tell you that okay, what is the lambda expression? Lambda expression is nothing but it's an anonymous function where we don't use a keyword like def and we don't write a user defined function. Instead of that, if it's a short functionality, then what we will be doing is writing a single line of code and getting the output out of that. So here, a lambda expression in general can accept any number of arguments, but it will return and give the expression only one expression. Hence, it accepts any number of arguments, but it will only one expression will be evaluated and return in the result set. Okay, so firstly, the first lambda function I will be creating is a very simple function, and I have even given you the syntax that how we write in general a lambda expression. So lambda expression is like, first you will be writing the keyword lambda. It is a Python keyword, so it will identify with a different color code. And yes, here it is a green. So lambda, then the input variable over which you will be performing the function, or you will be performing the operation. Okay, so and this is the expected operation which you are finding in, which you are expecting it as a result to be obtained from working on that input variable. Okay, so first requirement I have is like to create a lambda function which will add 15 to a given number and will produce the output. So here, this is my lambda expression, lambda keyword, input variable, and I'm doing the operation with the input variable, that is adding the number 15 to that input variable, and this whole will be returned and assigned to x as a result set. So now if we pass any number to this x, suppose inside x we have passed 5. So instead of it is not basically assigning x equal to 5, but the 5 is going on with the value as a. So a will be assigned the value 5, and then this is the input variable. So here what you pass in circular parenthesis, that will go as an input variable, and on that input variable the operation would be done. So this was our first lambda expression. Hope you would be clear with this. We'll be moving on to the second example, that is create a lambda function that multiplies the argument and print the result set. Okay, but here we have not explicitly assigned or written the values for the two numbers. We are taking on the go at the runtime. Okay, so this is our lambda keyword, this is our output variable, these are the two input variables which will be passing at the execution time. So these both are input variables, and this is the expected result, and hence again this result will be assigned to this when we'll be passing the inputs. So here the way to pass the input is we'll be writing the print statement result, and in this circular parenthesis you will be writing the outputs manually, giving the inputs manually, and then circular parenthesis for print statement. So here 14 5s are 70, we are getting the expected output. Okay, next example. So here I got sometimes this scenario to sort a list of tuples using lambda. So using lambda expression, we have to sort a tuples in which there are multiple values inside that tuple. Okay, so that means there is a list. See, you can see a list which contains multiple tuples. So we need to sort that list. Okay, so how we are doing that? Here what the example is, we have a candidate's marks over here, and his marks for different papers are given. So we need to sort it in an increasing order. So how we will be sorting it? We have a sort method and this key. See, for checking the details of any method, what you can do is, after this sort, after this method name, you can just press shift plus tab. So once you press shift plus tab, you will be getting that, okay, what all the values are required for that method. Even the sort will also work if you don't write any value inside. But since here we are sorting the values according to the marks of that candidate, and that too these marks are in the form of tuples inside a list, hence we are using this lambda expression to sort it. Okay, so here key means the that means the value according to which you want to sort the list variable. Okay, so here our list is marks. We are applying the method dot sort over it, and like based on what we are sorting, this is the key. What is the key? Here I have written a lambda expression for it. So what is the lambda expression? Input variable. And what is x1? So x denotes each tuple for this list variable, and inside x, if you see, say suppose if you write x1, what will do? It is accessing inside x the first index element. So suppose if this is the tuple, one tuple, so this is the 0th index and this is the first index. So basically inside, lambda is getting the output as these numbers 80, 90, 97, 82 for each tuples. Why? Because we are sorting and assigning the x1 value to the key, and based on what we are sorting, we need to sort according to the marks obtained by the candidate in each papers. Hence, and once we like do a shift enter, it will print the output in ascending order. You can see paper 1, paper 4, paper 2 and paper 3. So now it has assigned the value according to the marks obtained, that is the x1. And x1 what it applies is for each element in the tuple the first index. If you would have given, suppose over here you would have given 0, then what it could have mean? It would have mean the first value of the tuple, that is the first 0th index, and 0th index starts for paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. So let's see what it will show. See, here it showed the same list what it was actually given. Okay, so now I hope you would have clear with sorting a list based on tuples. This is the most common scenario I have got, and even I use sometimes in our programming practice. We get sometimes this type of requirements also in our work schedule. Also, we get this type of requirements. So okay, so to extract a year, month, and date and time using lambda expression. So here for this, we have used a module. We are importing a module datetime, which is already available in Python 3. So this is the syntax to import any module. You have to just write import keyword and the module name. And if suppose the module name is very big, so you can assign a alias for it. That's why I have written import datetime as dt. And everywhere in the programs below, you can write the alias name. You don't have to write again the full name. Okay, so I have imported the module datetime. With the help of datetime, what we are doing is we are fetching the current, that is the sys date timestamp for our machine or for our system. So with the help of this command, with this we can find and we can assign the sys timestamp to current date variable. So now we are printing our current date variable. So you can see this is the current date variable. I'll be just doing a shift enter. You can see 2327, it is matching with our machine time. Okay, so current date dt, that dt is the same alias import. And even within the our library, there is a function datetime, and datetime dot now will give the current, sysdate, and timestamp. So I have printed it. Now, how to extract the year, month, day, and timestamp from a variable that is our current date, since we have already extracted these details. But now we want to find and extract year separately, month separately, day and time separately. So using this lambda expressions, you can extract year, month, date, and time. So x is the input variable, and x dot year is from that x we are separating the year and extracting the year and assigning it to our year result set. Similarly, for all these we are doing the same thing. For the last command for this line, we are doing a timestamp extraction. So now, with the help of this is the variable, but here with the year, we need to pass the uh, value for which we want to extract the year. Hence, this current date is nothing but our value, or the sysdate timestamp value. Okay, so it will be separately for year, separating and extracting year from this current date. Similarly, for this month will extract current date. Day, this day variable will extract the current date, and this t variable will extract the current date from the will extract the timestamp from this current date variable. So I think you must have been clear with how to extract year, month, date, and time using lambda expression. So this is one more example how to filter out even and odd numbers from a given list. So here I have also used a filter function. Since lambda will not be explicitly filtering the values, it will just perform an operation. But to filter out the values, we will be also applying a filter function over on the top of lambda function. Okay, so this is our list variable. Here we have included the numbers from 1 to 10, and we need to print out the even numbers and odd numbers in separate list. Okay, so for even numbers, see, this is the print statement will be printed out. For even numbers, firstly what it is doing is, this is our lambda expression. So for lambda expression input variable, we are checking that okay, whether the number inside the list which we are passing is like fully divisible by 2 or not. If the remainder is 0, that means it is fully divisible. Hence what it will do is, it will pass on to the result set. But see what filter function will do. Filter functions, first of all, the syntax for the filter function is this. So in filter function, this is the actually the expression what you need to write, and on top of which sequence or on top of which list or tuple you need to apply, you need to mention the variable name of that list or tuple or dictionary, on top of what you want to apply the filter function. So here on what I wanted to apply the filter function on list, it did that, and finally the filtered values will be converted into list and it will be assigned to even numbers variable. Similarly, it has been done for odd numbers also, but here the conditional check would be uh, the modulo remainder. That means the remainder when it is divided by 2 is not equals to 0, and in that case all the numbers would be odd numbers. And hence if you write, you do a shift enter, you will see that even numbers are these and odd numbers are these. So I hope you would be clear with this lambda expression program also. Coming on to our last program to check how and what is the method to check a string if it's palindrome or not. So first of all, what is a palindrome? I will discuss. Palindrome is such a string which we when we read from starting or from ending, it will sound the same. That means if suppose we are reading it from starting, that is PHP, and even if we start it from reading from this right end, that is PHP, it is same. In case of if you say Malayalam, even if you start reading from this end also, then it is also the same Malayalam. In the case of Nitin also, if you start reading from this, then also it will read Nitin, and even if you start reading from left end, then also it will be reading Nitin only. So this is the example of palindrome. Okay, but see, ABC is not a palindrome. Why? Because ABC, A comes first, but from when we are reading it from right, C is coming first. So this is not a palindrome. Okay, So these are the values which we are assigning to our variable list. We are printing this list first, and then we are applying the lambda expression, and on top of that we are filtering it those values which holds true for uh, uh, for this condition, that okay, we have given an input variable and we are checking that if that input variable is equal to the reversed order of that string. See, I have already told in my previous lecture series that how we can reverse a string. So using the concept of indexing and this negative index, we have checked that okay, whether the string when we read from left side and when we read it from right side, whether they are equal or not. If they are equal, we are passing to the result set and we are filtering it out when the condition of for this holds to be true. And what all the values are passed, we are passing it through this list. So the values of these lists are passed to this input variable, and hence we are printing the result set. So you can see our input list is this, but our palindromes are these only. Okay. Yes. So hence you can see that these are part of, this is the way how we can check the string whether if it's palindrome or not. So hope you are clear with the lambda expression practice, and please continue practicing and post in the comment section if you are having some doubts regarding to lambda expression. So guys, here just wanted to discuss that earlier what the error was, why the Malayalam word was not printing, why, because accidentally this A was removed. So once when I fixed it and I kept the word Malayalam like this, and then when I did a shift enter, we can see that even Malayalam also came as a part of our palindrome list. So I was just fixing that, and hence I hope you must be clear with all these day 2 lambda expressions practice session. And I will be uploading uh, this notebook file to my GitHub account and will be providing the link in my description box. So hope you liked the video, and mm, please hit like, share and subscribe my channel. Tomorrow I'll be discussing, and in the day 3 I'll be discussing about list comprehensions practice. Thank you.